תודה רבה, פנחס. Shalom lekulam. Welcome to our Limud. There we have got Juliet. Yeah.
This morning I brought a rat card that I left there. I took it by mistake. It wasn't mine.
I was looking for this one.
Okay,
I
thank
gave
you.
it to one of the students.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
That's okay. I think I left my milk there from yesterday. Sorry. Good morning.
תודה רבה.
Yeah.
So let's learn one more halacha, and then we go to our main limud. Did you take a picture of what was? Okay, no question. Rabbi Ishai ended or left off at halacha number 14. Halacha number 14 under Parashat Bereshit. We learn one more halacha. Halacha that governs, that dictates, that guides on how to recite Kiddush. I read as follows. Those listening to the person reciting Kiddush must pay attention to the formula of the bracha from beginning to end. If you remember, Ben Ishai dealt with this extensively in his teaching, particularly when it comes to the Amidah. When you are responding to the brachot, the tzibur, halacha continues. In my work, Mechabitziel, I rule that if one is a little deaf or unable to hear the words, or if the person reciting Kiddush is old and not able clearly to enunciate them, and one is unable for any reason to recite Kiddush oneself, one should look at the cup and recite the Indah Bracha of Kiddush together with him. And under these circumstances, this is considered as if one recited Kiddush over wine oneself. Here, halacha give us direction what is proper to do when you are reciting Kiddush for somebody who has got some of these challenges. The challenges as mentioned in this passage. You are required to look at the cup and recite the bracha. But I wanted to believe, it's not said here, but I wanted to believe also that a person with these challenges as mentioned or outlined in this passage should also do the same. This is my own word. Should also do the same. Meaning that when a Kiddush is being recited for you, you should also one should be made to focus, to look at the cup, to look at, to be not just a bracha is being recited and you are facing on the other direction or busy with something. A person must be made to focus. Rafu Pe'alim. Oracha Chaim, chapter 10, this solution to the problem is only permitted when there is no other diplomatic way of avoiding it. Otherwise, one may not recite Kiddush without holding a cup of wine in one's hand. By implication of this, we are required to have to hold the cup from our minhag, Botzina Kadisha. We said you should have a cup. You should pick up the cup with both of your hands, and your fingers at the back of the cup should be able to come together. And you bring the cup closer to your chest, to your heart. Look into it. This is how I observe my Rosh Yeshiva doing things. Looking into the cup of the wine, and then you look into the cup. In some sources in my Siddur, it says you should be able to see your forehead into the wine. And they recite the bracha. Rabbi Zohar is expert in this holding of the cup. He's going to give also to give a limud later on, Besod Hashem, because it means a lot. These 5 fingers, 10 fingers, right and left, have got meanings. Have got meanings, much more meanings, in the sense that the inner world and the fixing of the world is hindered to in these 5 fingers. So some visitors came to Botzina Kadisha yesterday, and one of them did mention something. He mentioned the word can. and when he was about the meaning of the word can, he was babbling. He couldn't mumbling. He couldn't answer straight. And I remember my Rosh Yeshiva said, "Lo." And they gave a different, not a different, he gave a deeper meaning to the word can. Get into the gematria value of the word can, which is 70. So the gematria value of the ayin is 70. What is the meaning? I remember also Rabbi Pinchas in answering, elaborating his answer to the word can, he said, 70 nations. So even the Kiddush, by picking it up with the 2 fingers, not the 2 fingers, sorry, I beg your pardon, 2 hands, the 70 nations, the world, is hindered to in these fingers. As I said, Rabbi Zohar will give a lesson on that, just to give you the taste. We continue. Olalacha continues. In that response, I also mentioned the ruling of Rabbi Akiva Eger Zal, that in a case such as this, one should not recite the initial or including portion of the bracha, that is, the part in which the Shem is mentioned. I dispute that ruling. Relying on Birkei Yosef Zal, citing Rabbi Yehoshua Zayin Zal, all the more in this instance, where it is not possible to hold the cup oneself, it is to be considered as a case of bediavad. Yeah, so he is commenting exactly to in support of Ben Shai is backing up what was said on the first passage that we have just read or we have learned. What? Let me remind ourselves. What is this passage saying? To corroborate with the last passage. In my work, Mechabitziel, I rule that if one is a little deaf and unable to hear the words, or if the person reciting Kiddush is old and not able to clearly enunciate them, meaning you pronounce them clearly, and one is unable for any reason to recite Kiddush oneself, one should look at the cup and they recite the entire bracha of Kiddush together with him. And under the circumstances, this is considered as if one recited Kiddush over wine oneself. Okay. No. I think it's here. I'm not too sure. But no, it's okay. So, please do not hesitate to send questions if you have got a question on that halakha. I want to believe sometimes we said the halakha is straightforward. There's no something straightforward if you are learning. There must be questions all the time. So we will bring this also some of the elements of this halakha on our main limud. So we go to our main limud. Our main limud is based on Parashat Lekh Lekha. Much has been, as I was listening to Rabbi Pinchas yesterday, much has been, or much I should have said was said by him yesterday. But I wanted to deal with a few aspects also. On that Parashat Lekh Lekha. You remember where we left off yesterday? Lekh Lekha. I left ourselves with the questions. Let's look at Lekh Lekha. Islamed. Maybe I should put it this way. Yes, I was right. Lekh Lekha. Let me make a summary of what we did yesterday before we continue with the last passage, because we are going to work on these two words. we talk about Abraham, not Abraham or Abraham, but Abraham. Abraham is told by HaKadosh Baruch Hu to get out of his land, his homestead, and from his father's house. And Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not say where he is going to. He only said, to the land which I shall show you, or I will show you. He didn't say to the land of Canaan. I did not say that. And he said, Lekh Lekha, Le'aretz. Let me put it, let me get it right. The word of Torah, Hel haaretz ashel arecha. It did not mention the name of the land. And again he said, Le'anetecha ulvotecha, for your happiness and for your goodness. Now the question comes now, as we try to understand, where was he coming from? Of course, he says for your homestead. Your homestead must be a land. It must be based in a land. It must have a locality. But where? Okay, the Torah says Chasdim. Okay, fine. It is said for my happiness and for my goodness. Am I not happy now? I thought when I have got a piece of land, am I not? And I'm with my family, my father, my siblings, my friends, and I enjoy also respect, honor among the place where I am. I thought this is happiness. From my side, I would think that this is my happiness. No, but we have learned that when it says Me'eretzecha, this is a hint to the world of Asiya. When it says Shetale min ha'asiya, meaning you should go up from the world of Asiya. I mean, not Asiya, sorry, Asiya. Vegam mimiladetecha, from your homestead, or your birthplace. We have learned yesterday that this refers to the world of Yetzirah. Was he born in the world of Yetzirah? And it says, Sheta'ale gam lemala me'olam Yetzirah. But again, in that world, he is required also to go up from the world of Yetzirah. That's Abraham. Vegam mebait avicha, from the house of your father. Again, we have learned that remez la olam habriya. This from the father, from the house of your father, this is a hint to the world of Beria. We have also learned that when it says the house, we have also produced the Masechet Yoma, chapter 2. I think it should be in the group. the Amoraim were trying to understand what it means, your house. And we have learned in the Gemara that the Amoraim understood the word your house to mean your wife. My wife? Yes, your wife. And the question was asked, Velechen ha'olam, where do I go up to? El ha'aretz, to the land. That's the answer. But which land? Beha hadia hi atzilut asher arecha. It looks that all this refers to another land called, not to another land. This is an allusion to a land, to a place, not a physical place, but it refers to the world of Atzilut. Asher Erecha. And this is the land, or this is the land that is meant by that pasuk, and which I shall show you, all I will show you. Veze haaretz asher arecha. No, I beg your pardon, sorry. Shemsham hu isod chokhmah. That name is, meaning Asher Arecha, that in, and it went to say, Shem hu yes, sod chokhmah. That name is the secret of the concept called chokhmah. That is much more the summary of what we were dealing with yesterday, and I left you with some Rabbi Ishai. Why don't I see any one in this?
No, on the internet there is some picture.
Okay.
It's just Zoom.
That's it. Okay, that's it.
Look at this.
And yesterday I left you with this, that the gematria value of each of these words is 50, because we know that Kaf is 20 and the Lamed is 30, which is 50. Each one of them is 50 gematria value. And when you look at this, I also said, when I rearrange the letter of each of these words, meaning I start Lekh Lekha, rearranging the letters, then I've got Kaf, and I've got Lamed. Kaf, Lamed. If I rearrange these letters of these two words, Lekh Lekha, then I have got Kalkala. Kalkal. What does Kalkal mean? Economy. But this was just a passing. This was just a passing. But if I add up the two 50s, then I have got 100. Then I have got 100. You remember that 100, at the age of 100, if I'm not mistaken, then Abraham got a son, Yitzchak. the age of 100, if I'm not mistaken. But be as it may, we also talked about the foreworld. The foreworld that we are familiar with. You remember that Rabbi Pinchas was talking about that Abraham was sick. And when he was sick, Rabbi Pinchas went on to elaborate about the ailments, our sicknesses in this world. They are a result of not having reached that level. Why? Because that level is called Bina. How so? We will come to that. So let's continue where we have left off yesterday. As you could see the page there, where it starts with Hine, Sham Be'atzilut, Hashpia Lecha Mikol Patufei, or Patufim, if you like, Be'atzilut. What is he saying, literally, what he's saying here is, the land which I shall show you, I will cause you, or I will impress you with all the faces of the world of Atzilut. With all the faces of the world of Atzilut, I will cause you. How do I cause you? It went on to say, Ve'ashecha legoy gadol. And I will make you a great nation. I will make you a great nation. Shetie nefsha miza de Atzilut. Vav beshem shebeshem. Uvarechecha shetie nafsha מבina, אימה דאצילות. ראשונה שבשם. ובהיה ברכה, שתהיה נפשה מכתר, אריך אלפין, א' א', דאצילות. קוץ של יוד. ולכן כען אמר, ויהיה אותיות, ה' ו' י' ה', הוויה, שאז נשלם כל שפע אותיות, הוויה, אצילות. בשלמות וזה והיה ברכה. Let's go what is being said here by Benayahou. Let me remind ourselves what we have learned in the Parsha Noah, and what Rabbi Pinchas taught this morning about the Yehud between Vav and Hey, meaning Nukva. That very, and he said at the very beginning of his limud, Rabbi Pinchas said, there are only two lights, that the divine light, the higher light that we can relate it to. What are those lights? According to Rabbi Pinchas, he said those lights that we can relate it to are, one is masculine and one is feminine. Masculine, Vav. Feminine, Hey. The last Hey. Those are two lights that we can relate it to. A bit. And we know that apart from the Nukva, everything that is in any particular world, the four world, meaning the world of Atzilut, the world of Bariah, the world of Yetzirah, and the world of Asiya. Everything is in everything. In other words, when you do have got 10 Sephirot in any of this world, you do have got the same 10 Sephirot in every one of this world. Now, in other words, just as you have got Asiya in any of this world, meaning just as you have got a level called Malchut in any of this world, certainly you do have got the world of, or the Asiya of the world of Atzilut. Just as you have got Za, meaning Yetzirah, in any one of this world, because all this world that we know, for them to come into existence, they descend from here, from the world of Atzilut. And the lower part of the world of Atzilut is what is being called Eretz, according to what we have learned. That world is where, according to this teaching, according to Benayahou, this is the land HaKadosh Baruch Hu is showing, or is telling, or was telling, is telling Abraham. And the passage that we have learned is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying to Abraham, come out of, elevate yourself. If you, in other words, by implication of what is, let me just use my own word, because if you literally, not literally, if you are following to translate every word by word or for word, it becomes problematic in any other language. Let me just go into the idea. In other words, what is being said here is that your present position, Abraham, number one, by implication of the word, your happiness and your goodness is not in the very position that you have. Go out of the world, from your land, meaning the world of Asia. Again, I'm going to what I have gained, what I have learned from my master, Rabbi Pinchas. This particular physical world where we are now is not, this is a small part of the world of Asia. Because from where we are, to go into really into the world of Asia, there are many layers. In other words, it's an extension, but to go to the real world of Asia, there are a number of layers. Raki'im. We are not really in the world of Asia. So Abraham is told to go out of the world of Asia, the world of doing and making, and elevate himself to the world of Yetzirah, which is your birthplace, regarded as as his birthplace, his homestead. But he is also, and this is Zah of the world of the world of Yetzirah is the world of Zah, consists only 6 Sefirot. From Chesed, Gevurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod. But that is not his that is not, and this is what is called Shamayim. When we are talking about Shamayim, we are referring to this world of Yetzirah. But yet, Abraham is told, no, you have to go from your father's house. Where? This is a hint to the world of Bariah. He is required still to go further, not only to stuck in that world of Bariah. Why? Because he is destined. Akadosh Baruch Hu is showing him to go to the world, to the land which I shall show you. The Eretz Asher Arecha, to the world, to the land that I will show you. It refers to the lower part of the world of Atzirut. As I said, 4 worlds, they are also included in every world. This world that you see, the world of Atzia, the world of Bariah, the world of Yetzirah, the world of Asiya, they all originated from the world of Atzilut. The world of Atzilut. This structure also requires to go back. And according to this, it says, his Shefa. What is Shefa? Please remind me, Rabbi Ishai, what time exactly I started. I'm not too sure.
20 minutes.
I have 20 minutes, right? Okay. What is Shefa?
No, 15 minutes.
15.
I'm sorry.
Okay. What is Shefa? What is Shefa? Because here it speaks about the bracha. That is where I will bless you. Where? Not here in this lower world, not in this lower world that he will be blessed. He will only be blessed when he comes there, at the lower part of the world of Asilut. Is what the text is saying. It's not what I'm saying. It's what the text is saying. And then, once he comes there, in the lower part of the world of Asilut, then his shefa, meaning his sustenance, his abundance, is not from any one of this lower world, because he elevated himself. His shefa will come from one of the dimension called Zah of the world of Atzilut, meaning Vav of the world of Atzilut. But from the world, in the world of Yetzirah, meaning Zah of the world of Atzilut, we know the principle is one, it remains one. There is nothing that the world of Atzilut, the world of Asiya, gain or receive if it is not coming from the upper world, but from the upper world it has to come through the world of Zah. But Zah can also does not have its own power. It has to receive from the upper world. What is upper world? Above the world of Yetzirah, the world of Bariah. And the world of Bariah, it should receive from the world of Atzilut. Now, the text there, it says, again, only when he comes there, he is able to receive from the upper world, even to the point of receiving from Arich Alpin, the kettle that was not revealed to this world, but it projected itself. In other words, just as like we have learned previously, there is no, and there should not be a yichud in this world unless it is caused from the upper world. This principle of providing shefa even to this world, it goes the same structure. Now, all this is reflected, all this structure is reflected in the construction of Adam Arishon's body. Adam's body has got also 4 levels: the Chabad, the Zah, Chabad, Hagat, and the Nae, and the Malchut. Again, I'm going to the end of my presentation for today. Again, let's reduce all these higher principles to our daily life. Let's go to our Sidurim. To our Sidurim. How this structure is being reflected on our daily prayers, davening. At the opening of Shacharit, or the Shacharit, we are dealing with this structure. You remember, from the very beginning, where the Shacharit service starts from, we are dealing with the world of Asiya. What is being done in the world of Asiya? We offer korbanot, We do the mitzvot. We follow halacha to do the mitzvot. Without halacha, we do not know what to do. All the mitzvot that you and I do every day, we are fixing this world. But yet, we are called to transcend. Meaning, all the tefillot are reflected in the journey of Abraham. The tefillot, all the tefillot are a reflection of the journeys of Abraham. Sacharit, particularly from the very beginning to Baruch She'amar. Baruch She'amar, we have once we come to that Baruch She'amar, we have finished making the world, or fixing the world of Tikkun. So in other words, your tefillah is not about you. It's not about me. Meaning, it's not about your need. It's not about my need. It's about fixing that world, the world of Asiya. And after Baruch She'amar, into which world are we coming into? Into the world of Yetzirah. From Baruch She'amar to the last, not to the last bracha, where it says, Yotzer. We are in the world of, just like the word is said, Yetzer. It's taken from the world of Yetzirah. What is the word of Yetzirah? The word of formation, as they said. So we are fixing that world, or we are elevating that world. Just as we are elevating ourselves, we are elevating that world. Why? Because our construction, meaning physical and the spiritual being, are not molded, are fashioned according to this structure. This is for a world. As we are elevating the world, as we are elevating ourselves, we are elevating this every world that is part of us, and we are part of it. Meaning the world of mineral, the world of vegetation, the world of animals, meaning the world animal kingdom, and the world of man. We are elevating this world. And from the Yotze, we go to the world until we come to the last part of where it is Baruch. No. I beg your pardon. Until we come to Ishtabach. No, not to the Ishtabach. I beg your pardon. Not to Ishtabach. Not to Ishtabach. But until Gal Israel, from Yotzer to Gaal Israel, we are in the world of Bariah. And from Gal Israel into Amidah, we are in the world of Atzilut. And this way. Abraham was being directed to. Is where your bracha, your happiness, your goodness will come from. No, the world of Atzilut. Okay. It says here in the once you finish, from Yotzer to Gaal Israel, you have finished the world of Berea. The Amidah, it's here in the world of Atzira. I mean, the world of Atzilut. So in the world of Atzilut is where you remember what we have learned. You remember what we have learned previously on our limud, that the head of Adam Harishon was in the world of Atzilut. It's in the world of Atzilut. So in other words, to do the mitzvot, it should not be mechanical. To enter into tefillah, it should not be something that you and I should not treat it as a casual thing. We are elevating this world. Why? I wanted to end with the shefa mentioned by the teaching, or in the teaching of Benayahou. What is the shefa? I always wanted to take what I have heard directly from my master, and what I gain also from studying, because it's all part of studying. One of our rabbi intentionally did ask a question about the shefa, and my master, our Rosh Yeshiva, asked, "How do you understand the word shefa?" To my surprise, my Rosh Yeshiva elaborated the concept of shefa more than I did not, what I did also not know. What is shefa? In most of not most of us, we look at passages in our Shidurim, and then we think, okay, it's just a passage, but we do not truly know the meaning of those passages. One of those passages is Ana Bekoach. Ana Bekoach, when you look at it, this is what is called the Bagati Kaparat. What is it? Bagati Kaparat? This is the idea of this is when we are fixing each day of the week. But you cannot fix each day of the week unless we do the mitzvot and we do them properly. If not, chas v'shalom, things are not working properly. And one of those things might not work properly. For example, on Yom Rishon, that was yesterday, if we did the mitzvah or mitzvot properly, what could have been the benefit for us? What would be the shefa of that day? Life. What is life? If I'm told here, Abraham was told to go for his goodness and for his happiness, to go to the land that I shall show you. Yes. But how will you get there? It's by fixing. Do you fix it if you are dead? No, you should have life. You should be alive. Chaim. What is Chaim? What is Chaim? The grammatical value of that word Chaim. Okay, maybe I shouldn't go there. So each day corresponds to the benefit that if we do the mitzvot properly, by fixing each day, we bring the benefit that is because when you do something, there must be it should activate something. But if not, the opposite of Chas v'Shalom, it may happen. And I wanted to end with this word. You remember I said economy is also has got the same word in Hebrew. Kakao. The same letters of the word Lekh Lekha, the letters could be changed of those words. But also, as Rabbi Pinchas started with his limud yesterday, the grammatical value is 50. One word, Lech, Lech. If you just look at those two letters, it's 50. If you do not try to reach this level, meaning Chokhmah, it's understanding of this world, understanding of life, understanding of general understanding to understand between what is permitted and what is not permitted, and you cannot learn that by simply treating the Torah, for example, Torah study casually. You and I have to delve into the Torah to differentiate between what is permitted and what is not permitted. If we do not do that, then we will be under this 50. And according to Rabbi Pinchas yesterday in his limud, is where ailment and the sickness result. Economy. If not, this is Chas v'Shalom. Many countries have got an economic system. Those economic system will never succeed. Will not succeed if, maybe we will deal with success. What is called the success? It will not be realized. If it fails, this is a principle. Again, individual relationship. Why am I saying individual relationship? Look at this. If I just take Lamed, what do you see? Lamed, the inner force of this Lamed is 26, which is Havaya. But on its own, as Lamed as it is, it's also a hint to learning. Lamed, Lomed, is to learn. If you have got an education system that is not rooted into a tradition, for example, into a tradition of a people, and the tradition of the people should be the Torah. It has been explained on many occasions, particularly by Rabbi Pinchas. And again, if I take this Lamed, because not Lamed, the verb on top of, that obstrude, something that goes beyond the line. Yes. If I just take that part that obtruding part, then what letter do I have? I've got a kaf. In the kaf, it's a symbol of the lower world, malchut. Now, if I bring this verb in the same level as the half, what do I have? Then I have got mem. What is mem? This one is open, but what is mem? Besot Hashem, we will continue some tomorrow as we go into learning Tikkun Midot. Once again, thank you very much for granting me the opportunity to share with you. Hope to join you tomorrow, Besot Hashem. If there is any question, please send your question to us in the group or in this platform. Besot Hashem, we will be able to come back to you with the answers. Thank you very much, and Yom Tov, Baruch Adonai Leolam, Amen ve'Amen.